At L&M Fine Jewelry, we hand select our diamonds to give you the very best prices possible. Monty knows a great deal when he finds one. Find your great deal at L&M Fine Jewelry.
Your diamond destination.
Everybody, Sammy the Kim here, and I'm back with another one. I appreciate you guys so much for tapping in. Last week, we broke down Montana State versus New Mexico. This week, we're breaking down Montana versus Missouri State. It was a very tightly contested game. Missouri State gave Montana everything they could handle, but Montana did end up coming out with the victory. That's not to say that they don't have a ton of stuff to work on. Wasn't the cleanest game. There was some deficiencies in the secondary. Obviously, Missouri State was one of the best passing teams in the country last year, but I think that really showed up in this game. I think the rushing game did very well for Montana during this game. They were almost able to close out the game with their run game. They ended up having to give the ball back to Missouri State, but good signs if they play a little bit cleaner. So it's so funny. I'm talking about them playing a little bit cleaner, and they didn't really have more. They didn't have more penalties than Missouri State. They didn't have more turnovers than Missouri State. Well, I guess they tied them in the turnover department. Missouri State had an interception. Montana had a fumble. But I don't know. I think it's crazy that Missouri State had so many mistakes and it was still a 5-point game in terms of the score. I feel like Montana, with all the mistakes, all the penalty yardage that Missouri State had, with the interception that Missouri State had, I felt like it would have been more of a gap in the score between Montana and Missouri State. But, the score was very close. Montana ended up playing two quarterbacks, Ayat and Fife. Fife was 5 for 7, 90 yards and a touchdown. Ayat was 9 for 19, 90 yards, no touchdowns. I think they both looked pretty good when they had to scramble. Ayat had 19 rushing yards on 6 carries. Fife had 15 rushing yards on 3 carries. On the Missouri State side of things, their quarterback threw for 250 yards. An interception, was 23 for 39. Their running back, Jay Wright, man, this guy is a player. 19 carries, 76 yards, a touchdown, and he had 6 catches, 69 yards, and no touchdowns in the passing game. But he, had about 100, was that 100, not even, was that 140? Man, my math is so off right now. I think that's close to like 140 yards of total offense. Man, he had a game. He really had a game and a touchdown. Jay Wright really was somebody who had juice. Xavier Harris, in his first outing at slot receiver, looked really good for the Grizz. Aaron Fonts, 5 catches for 68 yards. He had some drops. He honestly might have had over 100 receiving yards had he not had some drops. And that's something that kind of slowed their first drive and caused them to get a field goal. Did they get was that the first drive? It might not have been the first drive. I don't think it was the first drive, but sometime in the first quarter or the second quarter, Aaron was struggling with drops, seemed to be having the yips, and that kind of stalled out some of their drives. But we're gonna look at all of it. I'm gonna be breaking it down. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Make sure you guys hit the like button right now, and we will get straight into it. It was very interesting to start the game. The refs had actually said that Missouri State or Montana had won the toss and deferred, but then you see Montana come out with the ball to start the game. So I think the ref just misspoke. They were same colors, they were same mascot, so maybe the ref got confused. There was a point in the game where the refs had said Montana State instead of Missouri State, and the whole stadium erupted in boos. It was pretty funny. But Montana started out with the ball and little pre-snap motion to start out of 11 personnel. Montana was Just 11 personnel? Yeah, 11 personnel. No, yeah, because Xavier is a receiver. Montana was out of 11 personnel quite a bit throughout the game. They're going to start out with an easy pass. Left a little bit inside by Ayat, but a good catch from Keelan White. Here we go. Little pre-snap motion again. Out of 11 still. Running the swing route. Trying to just get this little spot concept right here. So basically like a lead blocker right here for the swing route. But Gilman's the swing route. He's the horizontal stretch. Aaron's running the spot, and your number 2 receiver, Xavier, is running that corner route. So something that we saw them run a ton last year with the fallout route from Keelan White down here at the bottom. But easy reception to Aaron. He's got juice. He can make guys miss. Makes that first guy miss. Makes another guy miss, and gets forward for the first down. Not a bad start to the drive for Montana. Not a bad start. Not a bad start at all. Here you go. Handing it off to Eli Gilman. And he's stopped after a gain of like 2 yards. Nothing crazy right there. Nothing crazy at all. Here you go. Still in 11 personnel. And they're throwing the swing route. to Gilman. I don't like this block. Here, let me go back. I don't so much like this block from the tight end. I think this is Schaefer. You see he's got outside leverage. You know you got that swing route coming out there. Take an angle to win. Take an angle to win. So you want to come out this way to try to cut off his angle because you know you got your running back coming out in front of you. You know you're blocking. Set yourself up to win. That's something actually that, I was at Corvallis's practice 2 weeks ago now at this point, and I told one of the young receivers the same thing, man. Like, take an angle to win, take an angle to be successful. Go out here, kind of arc it, kind of take a step this way to get in front of that defensive back. You know he's going to react once he sees that running back out there. Either way, it ends up finish. He doesn't give up on the play, and that's what I really appreciate about Schaefer and grew to understand that about him last year when he came to Montana, is he's not going to give up. He's a really good blocker, gets his hands on the defensive back, ends up pushing him out of the way, but it's not a big gain. But Missouri State, as you see right here, ends up getting the face mask on Gilman, and they're going to tack on 15 and an automatic first down after that. Great job right there. Not really a great job, but good job for the refs to see that. Here you go, pre-snap motion with the tight end. Looks like they're running a little split zone. Missouri State's getting a little penetration right here with their nose. He's getting back there. Maybe not even a nose. D-tackle getting in the backfield, pushing that guard back. Pushing that center back, actually. Pushing the center back into the lap of Xavier Harris. And Xavier is going to bounce it because of the pressure into the backfield. And not going to get too much on first down. Maybe 3 yards on first down. Here you go. Another seems to be inside zone, mid zone play. Hand it off to Nick Osmo. He's lowering the shoulder. Getting about 2 to 3 more yards on second down. 3rd and 4 coming up. They're out of empty. You got 2 tight ends on the field. So you're in, what is that? 0-2 personnel. No running backs on the field. 2 tight ends. And he's trying to hit the out to Xavier Harris at the top of your screen. Doesn't get a ton of separation. The defensive back is on his back. Ayat's maybe got a little bit of pressure in the backfield, but, I think he was just trying to throw it out of bounds. I don't think he was trying to put it in harm's way, and they punt it away. So Missouri State's got their first drive, and honestly, Montana started the game off pretty well defensively, but as I mentioned in the intro, some mistakes kind of hurt Montana to start the game. But here you go, running the jet sweep. Via Cajo is going to start the game off really well on the edge right here at that linebacker position, and playing the edge, but he's really a linebacker. But holding the line strong and getting the tackle. I don't know if it ended up being a tackle for loss. It is a tackle for loss because the ball is on the 11. He gets the tackle at the 4-yard, or not the 11, at the 6. The ball is at the 6. He gets the tackle at the 4-yard line with help coming in from your safety Jackson Lee. Really, really good job right there. And you got Krishawn Gordon on the outside holding the edge. That's something that TC did a lot last year, and I think he did pretty well, was containing on the outside. Granted, they have the sidelines down here, so there's not much space for these guys to run, but good play to start the game. Really good play to start the game for Montana. Here you go. Second down, second and 12. Probably second and 12. Oh, yeah. See, we can see it. Second and 12 for Missouri State. They're going to hand it off. Looks like a zone run. And you got Pat Hayden getting in the backfield. Shades of Alex Gubner last year. We saw a ton of this last year from Alex Gubner. Pat Hayden's getting in the backfield. You got Vi Coho coming off the edge. And he's going to make the tackle with help from Ryan Tyrell right here. Ryan Tyrell. Everybody's really around the ball, but really Coho and Tyrell combine for the TFL. Really, really good job there to start the game. 2 TFLs for Vi Coho to start the game. Probably ended up getting to half because there was other hats on the ball. But really good start to the game. Really, really good start to the game. We did not see Riley Wilson. I haven't heard anything about, what's going on with him. I know a lot of people were interested to know what's going on with Riley Wilson. I'll be very interested to see how that progresses throughout the season. But we didn't see him on the sidelines. We didn't even see him dressed out or anything. So I know a lot of people are interested to see what's going on with Riley Wilson. Here you go. 3rd and 13. They're going to throw the quick hitch down here to number 0. And Legacy, a.k.a. Trevin Gradney, is going to come and get the tackle. Really, really good job right there. Really good job. So the Montana gets off the field real quick 3 and out. Missouri State is going to punt the ball away, and this is going to be the first mistake for Montana. Now, Drew Deck's going to try to field this punt. It was kind of short. You obviously don't want it to bounce. You would want to field that if you can because he's got a lot of space in front of him. Obviously, there's some white jerseys right there, but, he's got a ton of space to make something shake. I think it was a hard one to field because it was kind of short. It didn't carry the distance he thought or anticipated it would carry. He's going to end up muffing it, and Missouri State's going to end up recovering it. So to start the game off, not great for Montana. A muffed punt that ends up in the hands of Missouri State after a really quick defensive possession for Montana. So the defense is going to get back out there on defense. They're going to get back out there. First and 10 for Missouri State around midfield. I do believe they false started to start the game. Don't remember who it was. Maybe we can see. I don't really see anybody moving. Can't remember who it was, but I believe they called a false start on Missouri State, and it's going to be 1st and 15. There you go. And as you know, they're going to try to throw the ball all around the place. They got the under wide open for this receiver. Ran the under with, a corner route from this tight end, but really it's basically like a rub. As you see, he's trying to get in the way. You see Montana's playing some man coverage. That tight end trying to get in the way of that of the guy covering that receiver. And it's not even man coverage. It might be man. They might have locked it up out here, but it kind of looks like cover 3 everywhere else. No, it honestly looks like a combo cover, so it kind of looks like man over this way. Man, I'm interested because this is one high. Trevin's obviously Mr. Gradney. Trevin Gradney's obviously playing a third down here, but he might just be playing a flat and keeping eyes on him since he's in his zone. But oh no, this is very interesting. It might be a combo. Might be cover 3 though. They might have just traded responsibilities. He's carrying that. Either way, they're gonna run the under to this outside receiver down here. He's gonna be wide open. Ball's gonna be coming in a little hot. The quarterback got pressure in his face, but the receiver's definitely gotta make that catch right there. Incomplete, making it 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15 coming up, and they're gonna run a screen to the running back, Mr. Wright, and he's gonna get upfield for really good yardage, close to 20 yards on that play. Really, really good job right there. Really good job. They got their lineman out in front of them. So you got your guard and tackle pushing out in front of them. You got your receiver cracking down on a safety, coming down on a crack on the safety. And then you got 2 linemen out in front of you blocking. Really good block right here from this tackle. Really good block. Then you got your guard out front. He helps out with the block on the safety with the receiver. And it's really good yardage. Krishawn Gordon getting the tackle before it ends up being an even bigger play. Great play right there from Missouri State. Really, really good job. Really good result. Great blocking. That's how they want it to look. Here you go. 1st and 10 for Montana. See, and that was one of the things that I think Montana struggled with throughout this game was they get in advantageous situations like right there. You get in a 2nd and 15, and then a really good play call from Missouri State gets them an easy first down. You're going to see that throughout this breakdown where, a play here, a play there just ends up working out in their favor. So a little misdirection run here from Missouri State. And their running back Wright is going to get about 3 yards on it. Nothing crazy. 2nd and 7 coming up. Play action. They got pressure on the outside from the backer. I think that's Barnum on the pressure. And it seemed like T-Row had an interception right here, but I think his foot was a little slightly out of bounds. But almost a big play for Montana. Their quarterback Clark from Missouri State trying to throw the ball away, and maybe he was trying to complete it to this receiver. I think this is a running back actually. I don't know if the running back thought that the quarterback was trying to complete it to him because he didn't really make an effort for it. Tyrrell did, a little bit unsuccessful. Going to bring up a 3rd and 7 from Missouri State. Pressure and man, once again, Montana gets in a 3rd and 7, 3rd and long, and advantageous for themselves. Obviously, what do? They're going to play man and bring everybody. They drop one out, but they're bringing a blitz. They're bringing this is a backer, bringing a backer right down the middle. He gets there untouched. It's actually covered decently well. The receiver's tripping off the line of scrimmage. Krishawn Gordon, all he has to do is turn his eyes around. I don't think it was his fault that the receiver was already out of bounds, off balance. Keshawn Gordon kind of made contact with him. He fell. That's an easy pass interference call. All he had to do was really turn his eyes around. But once again, 3rd and 7. They just had a 2nd and 15 a minute ago. They're supposed to get off the field. Man coverage, good cover. I mean, he's in phase. They weren't going to make that catch. All you got to do is turn your eyes around and make an effort for the ball. Make the refs see that you're turning your eyes around. It ends up being a first down for Missouri State, and they're going to continue their drive, man. So here we go. 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for Missouri State. Dropping back, throwing the swing route to the running back, and good tackle right there. One thing that I did mention in the post game on the radio with A. Sauerwein and Denny Bedard. Make sure you guys tune into that each week. One thing I did notice in the post game that I did mention in the post game was that I thought Montana's tackling wasn't great. After watching the film back, watching the game back, I don't think the tackling was that bad. I just think that at times Missouri State had some wide open running lanes that they took advantage of. I don't think the tackling was super bad. I think the tackling was bad in terms of what people are used to seeing from Montana, but in terms of like guys missing a ton of open field tackles, I don't know so much if I saw a ton of that. You know, I saw it here and there, but you know, I don't think the tackling was terrible. A little play action right here. Run a flood concept up to the top. Maybe a flood. This is like a 5-yard out. I don't even know if I would call it a flood concept, but a quick out to your slot receiver up top. He's making the catch and getting upfield for the first down. Getting upfield for just enough yards for the first down on 2nd and 8. Third, oh, I guess they didn't give him the first down. I honestly thought the ball was ahead of the yard to gain. Either way, 3rd and 1 coming up for Missouri State. They're going to run it up the middle to the running back right, and he's going to power forward for the first down. Here you go. 1st and 7. Or 1st and goal, and they're going to hand it off on the inside zone, and they get tremendous push on the offensive line with this double team block with the tight end and the left tackle, moving him out of the way, and you know, just the motion of the run, everybody's moving this way. He cuts back, and you know, Jackson Lee and Ryder Meyer a little out leveraged right there, and they walk in for the touchdown. Really, I mean, so you see it right there. 2nd and 15 converted. A third and what was that? 3rd and 8. I can't even remember at this point. I think it was a 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7. They converted on a pass interference. Then they walk in for the touchdown. So a muffed punt. They get off the field initially. You muff the punt. A 2nd and 15. 3rd and 8. And then next thing you know, 3rd and 7. Next thing you know, they're walking into the end zone. So just a couple of mistakes by Montana. Not able to get off the field. So I remember during my halftime thoughts, I mentioned that Montana needs to get off the field on 3rd down. Not really so much 3rd down, because if you look back, Missouri State was 6 of 14 on 3rd down. More than anything, Montana just needs to get off the field. Montana just needed to get off the field, not so much on 3rd down, but they just need to get off the field in general. When they have teams in advantageous situations, don't give up a long pass, a long pass in the zone. There was a lot of, Missouri State was able to take advantage of a lot of holes in the zone of Montana, and you were able to see that at times during this game. They're going to get an offsides. I think initially they wanted to call a false start, but this ref comes in saying false start. Look, he's going to do false start, but if you see, nobody on the Montana offensive line moved. This is genuinely just an offsides or encroachment, whatever they ended up calling. Here you go, 1st and 5 for Montana. Pre-snap motion from Xavier Harris. Ayat is going to move up in the pocket. Looks like they're trying to run a deep over with a post on the backside to Keelan White running the post on the back. I don't know, he kind of stuttered his feet. I was just trying to make the DB stutter his feet. So you got a post on the backside and a deep over coming across. Missouri State is playing a ton of coverage on the back end. Looks like they're in like a cover 3 coverage. The play action kind of got them, the linebackers playing down, which is what you want. You want that window open. He gets a little pressure in the pocket. Nobody's really looking at him. There's a wide open lane. Go ahead and take it. I thought both quarterbacks showed that they had some juice in the run game. Obviously, I think I mentioned both of them had, around 20 yards. I think Ayat had 19 yards rushing and Fife had 15. But when they did scramble, they looked good. They looked good when they scrambled. 1st and 10 coming up for Montana. Here you go. Got a little pin and pull action. Bringing the, can't even tell. I think this is the guard and the tight end. Guard and tight end coming around on the pull. And it's a TFL, man. I don't even know if it'll be a TFL, but it's a tackle for no gain at the very least. Tackle for no gain for Montana. Tough play right there. Tough play right there. This was out of 12 personnel as well. So here you go. First and 10. Must have been a penalty. I think there was a penalty. I think there was. Oh, yeah. So they called unnecessary roughness right here on, funny enough, Dylan Simmons. Very unnecessary, him throwing him down right there. Dylan Simmons, for everybody who doesn't know, used to play for Montana. He was a receiver for Montana, or a cornerback for Montana. He transferred away last year, and this is his first season at Missouri. Or maybe, actually, this is his second season at Missouri State. This is his second season at Missouri State. And right there, he's getting the unnecessary roughness. So that gives Montana the first down. And next play, they hand it off to Eli Gilman. On what seems to be, they're at a 13 personnel. You got 3 tight ends on the field, tight end. One thing I was confused about when watching this playback was, I think this is, so you have Barker, you have Schaefer, and gosh, why am I blanking on his name, man? He's not even on the stat sheet right now. I'm blanking on the number 87's name. But why? My question was, why did Barker? Is this guy a read guy? I want to know why Barker didn't block this backer. Why not block this backer? He didn't end up making the tackle. So it's a moot point. But he very well could have. Great block right here. Block right here from number 87. Really good block. Whoever Barker did block, the safety, he had a really good block. He blocked him really well. DB's trying to flop, trying to spin out of that block. Really good block. Aaron trying to, Aaron Fonts trying to olay this cornerback right here. But really good run from Eli Gilman nonetheless. And he's off to the races, making that last guy miss, getting into the end zone. Really good play. Although they didn't block the backer right here, Eli Gilman does what he does and made a guy miss, broke another tackle, made one guy miss, made another guy miss. Number 11 was trying to flop. This happened to me one time when I was with the Stars, and the guy ended up getting the call, but it was on special teams. I was blocking a guy on, punt return. I was blocking him on punt return, blocking him down the field, and I'm in here. And, I had a really good block on him, and he flails out and falls on the ground. The ref's right there, throws the flag. They end up calling me for holding. It was a bogus play, but DBs will do that, but no, that's just a good block, man. That's just a good block. Really good run from Eli Gilman, and it ends up being a touchdown. Really, really good job right there. 7, so they ended up missing the PAT. It was off the upright. 7-6 ball game with Missouri State leading. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10 from Missouri State. Here you go. Drop back pass. He's standing back there, and he's going to find his receiver on the curl route up top. Once again, just taking advantage of holes in that zone coverage. Can't so much see the coverage down here. It looks like they're in a deep third zone. There's no receiving threat down here, so Trevin Gradney is close to the line of scrimmage. He's eventually going to bail. But really, you got one high. You got one high right here, and you got another third down here with your freshman cornerback, Kyan Loud. I was very surprised to see a freshman cornerback out there. True freshman, not even a redshirt freshman, a true freshman getting playing time in the first quarter. Maybe Coach Houck was doing that to get some guys some experience. Maybe Kyan Loud has shown that he can handle it in training camp. He must have shown them something if they're willing to put him out there. But very surprising. I don't know how many freshman defensive backs we've seen throughout the Houck era. Maybe I think of, I wasn't here for the first Houck era, but, gosh, why am I so bad with names right now? Trumaine Johnson, gosh, I believe he played as a freshman. I can't even think of any in my time young corners that have played. You guys leave it in the comments if you can remember any young corners that played, from 18, 19, 21 till now. Oh, well, I can think of one actually. Corbin Walker was another one. He played as a young guy a little bit. So a few guys in there. Here you go. They're going to hand it off on what seems to be a little gap scheme, pulling this guard around. He's getting hooked up, but he's not able to get a super effective block. Defensive tackle for Montana. Can't see the number in there, but he's going to make the tackle for a gain of no yardage. So 2nd and 10 coming up for Missouri State. Drop back pass once again. Trying to get some pressure in there from the Montana defensive line. Not able to get there. And once again, finding the holes in that zone to number 2, Wood. Really good route right there. Really good job of number 2 being able to find the holes in the zone. Can't see the coverage so much. Looks to be, looks kind of like quarters. Looks definitely like quarters, but, you know, I kind of want to say, I honestly hesitate to say quarters because he seems like he's playing like a flat up here. The freshman corner seems like he's playing a flat up here. Too high safeties for sure, but that receiver at Wood finds the hole in the zone, and it's going to be a first down. So 2nd and 10. You know, once again, them finding the hole in the zone, able to move the chains on Montana. Just that's just a good play call. That's just a good route. That's a good pass from Clark, the quarterback. Here you go. You get it to number 5. Pat Hayden's gonna get through once again. Shades of Alex Gubner. Funny enough, Alex Gubner never would have got this call for some reason, but Pat Hayden gets that call, and they call holding, and it would have been a touchdown for Missouri State had it not been for the holding. Well, now there, I'll give you this for Missouri State. I don't think that holding really had an effect. I don't think Pat Hayden was going to make this play. Maybe, but you know, I don't think that holding really helped him out to make that play, or not. And you know, I think Montana might have got away with one, right? Well, not, you know, it is a holding. If it's a holding, it's a holding. You got to call it. But Montana got a little lucky right there. Here you go. Running the slant up top against Mr. Loud, the freshman corner. And he's going to, I don't know if you count this as a pass breakup, but the receiver, ball's a little behind, ball's a little hot through the receiver's hands, and it's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 20 coming up for Missouri State. They're going to run the hitch to the receiver, or maybe even a fallout route, 5-yard hitch. He's opening the hips on a hitch, which is not always the greatest thing, but he's making Cahoe miss right there and getting a few more yards after the catch. 3rd and 12 coming up. Dang, might have got 8 on this play. Yeah, so comes up with like 8 on the play. 3rd and 12 coming up for Missouri State. And Clark's going to drop back, and they're going to run the pivot concept. We see this a ton from Montana. Montana's in man. They're going to bring the pressure. They bring the blitz. A great cut block from this running back right here. You got the pivot route right here from the receiver. That's going to pull that safety out of there. I believe this is, gosh, why am I'm so bad with names right now. I'm doing so bad with names right now. I need a roster. I need the roster to be right next to me because I'm doing so bad with names. TJ Roush. I think that's TJ Roush, number 10 on that. He's going to get pulled out on the pivot route. Kyan Loud's going to have I think that's Wood, number 2, the receiver running the in. No, that's number 10. I can't even remember what number 10's name was. But number 10, the receiver from Missouri State, running the in route. Really good route right there. Being quarterback friendly, separating from the defensive back. Loud at the top of the route, and good ball from Clark. While being under pressure, he's got a couple Montana defenders at his feet. One's going to dive at him after he makes the throw. But great pass concept on 3rd and 12. They get the depth, and once again, a 3rd and 12 completion. Montana just unable to get off the field when they get him in an advantageous situation. The running back, don't let it go. Don't let it get lost. The running back made a great play right here. Without his block, this might be a sack, and they might not convert this, but really good job from Missouri State, just drawing it up well, executing at a high level, and making a play, man. Making a play. Really, really good job right there. Really, really good job right there. In-man coverage. You got to win. You know you got to win on 3rd down. Really good job. Cannot be mad at that. Here you go. Hand it off. I believe they ended up calling a timeout. I think the clock might have been, the clock was running down. Their coach called a timeout. Here you go. 1st and 10 from Missouri State after the timeout, and they're just going to run it inside, inserting that H back inside, and he's going to get about 3 yards. Wright is going to get about 3 yards on 1st down. End of the 1st quarter. 7-6 ball game for Missouri State. To start the 2nd quarter, you got 15 minutes to go on 2nd and 7. And you're going to run a little read option. And Wright has the option to throw it or pass it. A lot of teams are doing this these days. Nick Saban said the other day that this is basically just the new triple option. You got the run option. You got the pass option, and you got another run option for the quarterback. He's going to take his run option. They covered the pass. TJ Roush covered the flat from the tight end, and he's going to get enough yardage for first down. Really, Missouri State's putting together a good drive, man. They converted that 3rd and 12. They've stayed on the field, and, it's worked out for them. I was trying to think about what I thought they were trying to do here. It's obviously a play action. There's a lot of trash going on in here with these guys trying to block. And for a second, I thought it might be a screen, but none of these guys are getting out. I think they're trying to let this running back get lost in the wash. Montana just covered it well, but I think they were trying to let this running back get lost. They're trying to fake the play action, fake like he's blocking. Maybe you find Wood on the backside. That's covered. Maybe you get the running back slipping out. I'm not sure. That play looked very ugly. This play looked very, very ugly. Very, very ugly. I couldn't figure out what they were trying to get at. It's going to be an incomplete pass, and it's going to be, I think this is third down. Oh, yeah. So this was like, there ended up being a penalty in here somewhere. There might have been a penalty right here. I think they called a hold. No. I think they called a hold. So they called a hold somewhere right here. Maybe. Somewhere there was a penalty. So 2nd and 7 right there. Because, yeah, he went out around the 31-yard line. So, yeah, it was first down right here. So this is first. Now you got second. They don't have the down and distance down here, if you guys are wondering why I'm so confused. They got second down right here. They're going to get it off to the running back. This isn't the play I was thinking about. I think they called a hold right there, though. I think they threw a flag. Yep. A hold. That's what. Okay, so I was just a little ahead of myself. But they're going to get the screen out now to Jay Wright right here. And get it out to their running back. I think they actually called a block. I mean, this is block in the back 100%. So they must have called a block in the back. They're going to tack that on 10 yards. So now you got a 2nd and 19. They're going to get it out to the running back on the angle route. And he's going to catch it just after about a gain of, I don't know, maybe 5, maybe 6. So third down coming up, third and long for Missouri State. And what are they going to draw up? Just once again, 3rd and long, converting on 3rd and long. It's so funny, man. This is the same concept they just converted. Was this the same drive? This is the same drive, man. This is the same 3rd and long. This is the same play. This is the same exact play that they converted earlier in this drive on this 3rd and long. That pivot with the in route coming in behind it. So you got the pivot. He's gonna pull that linebacker out of the throwing window. Quarterback's got a little pressure in his face from Cahoe. He's still gonna put the ball on his receiver. Right on the money for his receivers. Receivers falling down, but makes the hands catch. Really, really good job right there, man. Really good job right there. Montana was in a zone. It's very hard to see what coverage they're running on the back end of things. Looks like man up top. Looks like kind of like a combo coverage because, definitely looks like man up here, but it looks like, this linebacker's separating because he's kind of in his zone. But it kind of looks like they're running a zone coverage back here. Maybe just off man from the safety. Well, not even off man because it's, he would have been manned up with the number 2 receiver. So zone man over here. Maybe it's a zone over here and they're just playing it a little differently. But definitely looks like a combo coverage. They get it out to number 84 and he makes the catch for the first down. Once again, first down for Missouri State on this drive. Same play. Here you go. Run it out to Jay Wright. You got Trevin Gradney out here who doesn't have any responsibility because it's they got 2 tight ends on the field. So he's out here hanging out of 12 personnel. You get Trevin Gradney coming downhill, making the tackle for no gain. Second down coming up for Missouri State. Quarterback's going to dirt the ball. Don't think anybody got their hand on it. I think he just kind of short-armed it. And it seems like he knew it. Don't know how much yardage the receiver would have got after that, but, shorted it. Now you got a third down coming up for Missouri State. And another arid pass right here. You got Hayden Harris who drops out late and probably distorted the quarterback's throwing window, getting in that space, and it's going to be incomplete for Missouri State, man. Incomplete. Decent drive from Missouri State. They stall out in the red zone. They're going to end up taking their 3, making it a 10-6 ball game with 11, close to 12 minutes to go in the second quarter. You got Montana back on the field.
In the Treasure State, University of Montana football is a way of life. Lithia Ford has long been a proud sponsor of Grizz football, and Lithia Ford of Missoula is thrilled to have several of the best Montana football seniors driving the best trucks in Montana. Aspen Sound is the premier car audio and accessory shop in Montana. Aspen Sound makes sure the boys are riding in style with tinted windows and state-of-the-art stereo systems. There's always a party in Montana. Whether you're going to a concert, a wedding, or a football game, the Montana Party Bus will get you there. Skyline Sports and ESPN MT cover the Big Sky with more depth than anyone. Check out SkylineSportsMT.com and tune in to Nuanez Now on 1029 ESPN Missoula every day. My Montana Roots and Wear Your Roots clothing is your go-to spot for the most unique and comfortable lifestyle clothing you'll find anywhere. And get your custom t-shirts to support your favorite player. From 5 local businesses who love Montana, best of luck to the Grizz as they pursue another Big Sky Conference championship.
They're going to hand it off to Nick Osmo, and he's going to get really good yardage on first down. Really good yardage on first down. Really good yardage on first down. Great job on first down. 1st and 10 coming up for Montana. They're going to end up trying to run a bunch, pass out a bunch down here. Can't so much see what they're trying to run, but nobody's really open. You got the tight end coming on this under over here. He tries to stop in the zone. He's covered. It ends up, that linebacker's got him blanketed. The running back Osmo, after helping protect, slips out, and as Ayat scrambles, he finds Osmo. Osmo makes a guy miss, and he gets upfield for the first down. Really good job right there. Really good job from Osmo. Really good job from Ayat as well to make something shake after his initial read on the front side of the play broke down. Find your check down. Where's he at? Get to your check down. Don't make a bad decision. Get to your check down, and then make something happen. Good job right there. Here you go. First down coming up from Montana, running it on the inside to Stevie Rocker. I honestly think this is the only run play Stevie Rocker got. Trying to think back, I don't remember him seeing the field again after this, but decent play on the run right there. Decent play. A little split zone for Montana. This D end honestly makes a really good play because with this split zone, you want this kicked out cleanly by this tight end. You're trying to kind of open the window up for the running back through here. There's no window for him. He still ends up getting like 5 or 6 out of it, but you would have loved it to look a little cleaner. You would have loved this band block to look cleaner from the tight end. You would have loved that to look a little cleaner. Unfortunately for them, it wasn't super clean, but they still get like 6 yards out of it. 2nd and 4 coming up for Montana. Ayat's gonna pull it on the read and essentially have a lead blocker with because they're in 20 personnel right now, so 2 running backs on the field, no tight ends, 3 receivers. Reed, he pulls it. I guess Stevie Rocker's still in the game. He pulls it out of the belly of Stevie Rocker and lowers the shoulder for the first down, man. I like this a lot. Lower that shoulder, get forward for the first down, make a play, keep the drive alive on 2nd and 4. Great job. 1st and 10 coming up for Montana. Kind of maybe looks like he didn't cross the line of scrimmage, but it looked like it could have been an offsides. Either way, they're going to hand it off to Nick Osmo, who's going to get really good yardage. This is when the run game really started to eat for Montana. Not that it hasn't been eating. They've been averaging pretty decent yards per average on most of their runs. Little inside zone here. Inside zone here for Montana. Osmo's not going to see anything. He's going to bounce it. Good block out here from this tight end on the outside. Really good block from this tight end right here on the outside. Getting that block. Osmo getting upfield. Good block from the receivers as well. Xavier Harris trying to cover up that cornerback. And then you got Aaron Fonts trying to, he looked like he was trying to run this guy off. Ends up blocking him, but good yardage nonetheless. Get about 15 yards on that run. Here you go, handing it off to Nick Osmo again. This time Missouri State is there. Montana's not able to get a ton of push up front. Looks like, can't tell who this is their center. Seems like their center's kind of getting pushed in the lap of the run. Maybe not their center. I think that's the guard actually, because the center right here. Got the flag, got the towel. But guard right here, not getting a ton of push. That defensive tackle is going to make the tackle. Really good job. Defensive tackle making the tackle. Really good job. So Montana's going to try to pull out some trickery right here. I honestly thought that, personally, I thought that this was open. It looked like it was open. You got the tight end down the middle of the field. Ayat must have not liked it. I thought it was open. You float that over the top. He does have pressure in his face. I don't know why you don't block the guy in front of you. I don't know. I don't. Why would you let him go? He's obviously not rushing. The guy in front of you is rushing, brother. Block him. What are we doing? It couldn't be easier for you. Block the guy in front of you. This guy is not even rushing. You are worried about the wrong thing, my brother. I'm sorry. It seems very simple to me. Either way, he's going to get some pressure on Ayat. Ayat's going to scramble away and get really, really good yardage out of it. He gets about 15 yards on it. Good anti-clip right here. That's what I was trying to say earlier with Aaron. Man, my brain is just so off right now. Good anti-clip right here from that tight end. And pretty good yardage there from Ayat on that off a 2nd and 9. So you get a 1st and 10. You're in the red zone. Pre-snap motion for your tight end. You're going to run the hitch to Aaron. And man, just unable to come down with it. Easy catch. Probably thinking about running it before he secured the catch on the hitch play on the really 12 personnel here. On the hitch, really thinking about running before he secured the catch, and it's going to be incomplete pass on 1st down. So you get a 2nd and 10. 11 personnel now, 3 receivers on the field. You're going to try to run this corner route. Burst corner to Keelan. Not even a burst corner. He didn't really go inside, but a corner route nonetheless. Looks like they're in cloud. It doesn't look like they're definitely in some cover 6. So you got quarters over here, a quarter of the field. He's got a half field and he's got a flat. So he should be, you hope that this corner is really occupied by this flat route coming from the running back, but he really plays in between both. Ayat tries to gamble and sneak the ball in there, and it's really a good play from Missouri State. There's not really a lot of space for this ball. You probably would have wanted to go back up top to the in route up here from Aaron, but he tried to gamble. It doesn't pay off for him. It's a good play from Missouri State on 2nd and 10. There you go. You got a 3rd and 10 coming up for Montana, and they're going to run the curl concept up top, little fade route down here from the bottom, but once again, they are still in cover 6. I think this guy's playing a flat. There's no flat responsibility, so he's going to carry Aaron up. He's going to carry Keelan White up the field. You get the half field safety playing over the top too, so Keelan ends up being double teamed. Keelan White ends up being double teamed up there at the bottom, and then you got the curl concept at the top. So you got bunch set. You're gonna run Xavier Harris on the flat route. You're gonna run, I think this is Racanelli on the seam. Down the seam, he's really trying to push the coverage out of there. You're trying to open up the window. The horizontal stretch from Xavier is gonna push this nickel back out of here. And then you got Aaron Fonts coming in on the curl. Wide open, man. Wide open. One thing I would mention that I didn't 100% love out of this, I mean, you're wide open. You got to catch it no matter what. But, this is a curl, so you want to come back down the stem. Work back down to the quarterback. I mean, you're wide open. You just got to come down with this. Unfortunate. Once again, probably thinking about the end zone before he had the ball in his hands. He knew, I'm wide open. If I make this catch, I can just walk into the end zone. And he didn't make the catch, man. Unfortunate play right there for Aaron. But really good concept from Montana. Just unfortunate right there. Unfortunate. Good ball from Ayat. And they're going to end the drive and take their 3. So 10-9 ball game. 7 minutes to go for Missouri State. And they got a 1st and 10. Here you go. Handing it off. Pulling that center. Little pin and pull with the center and center and tackle coming around, left tackle coming around, center coming around. Good block from his center. He gets hooked up with that linebacker from Montana, but the tackle's going to get pushed down by his own running back, and they're not going to get much out of it. Montana ends up corralling him after a gain of like 2 yards. Here you go, 2nd and 8 coming up for Missouri State. Montana bringing pressure as they do often. Look to be playing a cover 3. No, man. Look to be playing man coverage on the back end of things. Definitely man coverage. Bringing the blitz. Man coverage everywhere else. And they're, 2nd and 8. Good coverage from Ronald Jackson Jr. on the curl route. And it's just a better ball from Clark. Really good ball, low and away from the defensive back to where either his guy's catching it or it's in the dirt. And his guy caught it, man. Really good play right there to keep the chains moving for Missouri State. 1st and 10 coming up for Missouri State. Looks like a zone run play coming up, and their guy Wright gets about 2 yards on 1st down. 2nd and 8 coming up for Missouri State. And man, this is the holes in the zone. So you're gonna run this tight end on what seems to be just a little stop route at the stick, stop route at about 8 yards. And the zone of Montana is they found the hole. Looks like a Tampa 2, looks like a cover 2, not so much Tampa. I can't find the Grizz, but looks like cover 2, not Tampa. But you see Cloud, half field safety. You see a Cloud down here and another half field safety above him, and you find that zone. Linebackers looking in the Cajo is looking in the backfield. Not got his eyes on the ball, and it's an easy reception for the tight end for 1st down yardage. Keep the chains moving. 2nd and 6 coming up for Missouri State. You got T-Rail coming in on the blitz, getting in freely, coming in the window that guard, vacated guard, shuffled out immediately, trying to block for that run. And they blow it up. Pat Hayden gets through as well. Nice move on that center right there, and they combine. A bunch of guys combine for the TFL. Really, really good job there. 3rd and 8 coming up for Missouri State. Once again, this is where Montana has struggled. Can you get off the field? And it's airmailed by the receiver. It's airmailed by the quarterback, Clark. Clark's going to airmail it. Looks like kind of like a slant that the receiver kind of had to take a little deeper on his angle, and Clark's got pressure in his face. Little stunt down here from Montana. Gonna get there, provide some pressure, and Ryder Meyer's gonna come up with the interception on 3rd and 8. Really good play from Montana. Come up with the timely interception right before half. You got 3 minutes to go before halftime, and let's see what they can do. Can they put a drive together? You got a seam route here. Seam route coming up with the fallout on the outside, but a seam for Xavier Harris. And you got this linebacker kind of in the throwing lane. Ayat's going to leave it kind of high, and it's going to be incomplete. Trying to maybe fit it in there, but, it's kind of boxed up. Doesn't really have a window to put the ball on. So, incomplete there from Montana for Ayat. Okay, here you go. 2nd and 10 coming up for Montana. And they're going to run a curl concept down here at the bottom. They're going to run a curl concept up at the top as well. And they both seem fairly open. The way they wanted to work out is the way it worked out. You got the horizontal stretch, moving that linebacker out of the throwing lane. Aaron Fonts is coming right through. This time he gets his hands on the ball, but before he gets to the ground, it is displaced. We couldn't figure out in the press box if it was actually a pass breakup or if Aaron just ended up, dropping it. It kind of seemed like one of these guys might have pulled it out, but the closer you looked at it, it didn't so much look like it was a bona fide pass breakup. Either way, it's going to be an incomplete pass for his 3rd drop of the game in the first half. Actually 3rd in this 2nd quarter, which is very unfortunate for Aaron Fonts. But he's going to bounce back later on in the game. Either way, 2nd and 10, bringing up a 3rd and 10 for Montana. They need somebody to make a play, and it's not going to happen. It's going to be a sack for Missouri State on 3rd and 10. Getting a little pressure inside. Guard getting pushed back into his lap. Both guards getting pushed back into Ayat's lap. And I guess the other guard didn't really get pushed in his lap, but the one guard gets pushed in his lap. That's where the pressure comes from. And then that end, just kind of hanging out on the end line at the end of the line of scrimmage, makes the tackle. Really, really good job from Missouri State. Unfortunate for Montana. Montana's going to punt it away, give it back to Missouri State. They get it back around midfield. 1st and 10, 2 minutes to go in the first half for Missouri State. They get it out to their running back on the check down. And looks like a Tampa 2 coverage for Montana. So that receiver down here is trying to hang out in that hole. You see this receiver up here getting into that hole shot window, but they check it down to the running back, and they get about 4 to 5 yards on 1st down. Now you got a 3rd and 3 for Missouri State, and trying to see what the coverage is here. Kind of looks like quarters over here. Definitely looks like a quarters coverage over here. He's playing a quarter. He's playing a quarter. Might be 4X. This guy's in a quarter as well, but he doesn't have really anybody threatening him. A lot of times in quarter coverage like this, these guys end up, if it's 3-by-1, these guys end up watching number 3. But number 3 runs a stick concept. He's playing low, kind of in the low, closer to the line of scrimmage. Either way, you got man coverage down here from Mr. Gradney. Quarterback's going to drop back, trying to find somebody, trying to see if somebody will get open for him. And it ends up being a pass break. I don't know if you count this for a pass breakup, but the receiver doesn't come down with the ball. Trevor Gradney's right there in coverage. Really good coverage from him. Really good play. Almost, you look back at this and you know the quarterback's going to watch this back. Missouri State's quarterback's going to watch this back and be like, damn, like, I should have ran. Easy first down right there on 3rd and 3. Very easy. And you got a lead blocker. You don't even have to use him. Just get upfield, get out of bounds. But, he ends up making the throw on 3rd and 3. They punt it away to Montana. Montana's going to, it ended up being a touchback on the punt. Montana's going to take over at the 20-yard line. Here you go, dropping back for Ayat. This is one thing that I did appreciate from Ayat. I think a couple times when he made some throws, there was, pressure in his face, arms around. You got 2 tackles, kind of giving up a little ground right here on the play. Hand's going to come in on the pass play to Ayat, and he's still going to get the ball off. And Aaron's going to come down with the catch on the curl concept up top. Comes down with the ball and making the catch on 1st down, getting about 15 yards. Really good job right there. Here you go. 1st and 10 once again coming up. You got the deep out down here. Almost looks like a corner. Deep out down here from Keelan White. Probably an out, but really good route down here from Keelan White. He's going to end up being quarterback friendly, coming back down, working back to the quarterback and making the catch for another gain of about 15 yards. So 2 quick plays, 30 yards to get them past midfield. Now you got a 1st down, 1:12 to go in the quarter. Running a slant down here with your X receiver, running the wheel route from your running back. Seems to catch it, but it's going to be incomplete. And it's going to be 2nd and 10 for Montana. 2nd and 10 coming up for Montana, a minute to go. Running the quarterback draw to Ayat. Once again, he's lowering his shoulder, getting the 1st down. Not giving up any ground to these guys. Really, really good job there. Great job on 2nd and 10 to get the 1st down. 53 seconds to go for Montana. Drop back pass. Man, this is a missed opportunity, man. It's a missed opportunity. And respectfully, Ayat has to hit this. You got to complete this. You get your guy open. You get your guy one-on-one. Your fastest receiver that you got on the field gets a one-on-one with the receiver. He beats him. He beats him very cleanly. I will say, for Aaron's sake, go to the top of the numbers. Don't start at the bottom of the numbers. Go to the top of the numbers. Save space, because if you know you're going to take such a wide release like that, this is hard to gauge from the quarterback to make this throw. So make it a little easier on your quarterback. Save a little bit more space. But nonetheless, Aaron is open. He's in bounds. You want to hit this, man. You got to hit this. He's wide open. You got to make that. And that's a point that I think can be improved on from the Montana offense, is they did not hit any deep shots. I think they were fairly decent at hitting deep shots last year. Not so much on their post, but they hit a lot of fade routes. A lot of downfield. They were able to hit a lot of fade shots, a lot of deep overs. I don't think they hit one deep shot in this game. They hit a lot of intermediate stuff. Well, there's going to be a pass coming up here to Xavier that you might be able to count as a deep shot, but got to hit this, man. Got to hit this. He's right there. He's wide open. You got to make that pass. Either way, 2nd down coming up for Montana. 40 seconds to go in the quarter, and you're going to get Ryan Simpson on the end route out of trips tight. So your tight end is tight to the line, is attached right here on the line of scrimmage. You got 3 receivers down here out of 11 personnel. Seems to be that you're running the seam going through with number 3, the seam, like deep vertical, cross hash vertical to number 3. You're running the 12-yard in route to Simpson. He finds the zone. He finds the hole in the zone, makes a really good catch. Good ball from Ayat, and then probably a post down here. I don't have the all 22, but probably a post down here from Keelan White. Really good ball from Ayat on 2nd and long, and he gets it to his receiver, who gets the 1st down, man. Really good job right there. Here you go. Trying to hit the seam route to Xavier Harris down here. seems to put a move on right here on the defensive back, but, he's kind of bracketed from, I don't know. There's not a great window to put that ball out there. If anything, you want to lead him, make him make a blind turn, lead him out here, make him turn his head around. I don't know how familiar Xavier is with the blind turn, but Xavier is an athlete. I'm sure he'd be able to adjust to that. But if anywhere you want to miss he missed where he needed to miss. Nobody's going to catch it if his receiver's not going to catch it. But, I think the placement of the ball could have been maybe on the outside back here towards the left of Xavier to where he would have had to make a blind turn, because I don't think there was anybody else. It seems like they're running the fallout, so I gotta believe it's probably mirrored, because you got the seams are mirrored too, so seams with fallouts on the outside, miss on the outside if you got space to, and let Xavier Harris adjust to the ball. Either way, 2nd and 10. That stops the clock. 20 seconds to go in the quarter, and they're gonna try to run a screen to Nick Osmo. Now, it's honestly not a bad call, and it should be blocked up, man. I don't know why. Why do you let him go past you? I'm seriously confused about this. Why would you let him go past you? Block him. It seems fairly simple to me. And I don't know how they're being coached. I don't know if that's the guy that you hope. I think you're being coached to let the linemen pass you. I don't think you're being coached to let the linebackers pass you. Like, this seems like an obvious block. Like, block him. I don't know, man. It's a little confusing. They don't block him. It ends up being a TFL for Missouri State. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and long for Montana. 3rd and long for Montana. They're going to drop back and pass. And they're going to find Xavier Harris, man. So, seems to be a post with a pivot route at the top with, can't even tell who's that at tight end. I think it's Schaefer at tight end with Aaron Fonts at receiver up top. He's taking that up top coverage out of there, taking that corner out of there, taking that safety out of there. You get Xavier Harris, who gets... kind of almost seems like it's quarters. It's definitely quarters. But you got that linebacker playing on the underneath coverage, just, Xavier Harris is basically like double teamed here because you got a safety over top of him. The linebacker's basically playing a man carrying him down the field, and it's a hell of a ball from Ayat here. Gets it over the linebacker. Xavier makes a great catch right here. Really, really good job to get them down inside the 5-yard line, man. Really, really good job. The film kind of froze up. The TV copy kind of froze up a little bit, but really, really good job here. Really, really good job here from Xavier Harris. Great ball from Ayat. Under pressure. Not 100% under pressure. That's a pretty good pocket there, but good ball on 3rd and long. Stay poised in the pocket to be able to fire that in there with not much time left in the half. Really, really good job. 13 seconds left. They're going to try to run a boot action, a little naked boot action, and it's covered up well by Missouri State. The corner route back here from Aaron Fonts is not open. They try to get the flat. Really good bump from Dylan Simmons on the flat route right there. And then really good coverage on the back end from the safety as well. So, it's covered up pretty well. They get pressure on Ayat. He's going to throw it away out of bounds. Great job on 1st and goal. So they're going to go to the direct snap to Osmo out of 13 personnel. Or I guess you could call it 21 personnel. But trying to hammer it down in there for Osmo. And, he almost bounces it out. But really good play from Missouri State. They get hats on the ball. They get a lot of guys down in there. Got contained out here from this end as well. From this linebacker as well. So, it's played pretty well from Missouri State. They end up taking their 3 before half, and it's going to be a 12-10 ball game at half. Now, Missouri State's got the ball back, and they're going to see if they can put something together.
Here at Five Valleys Restoration, your view is our view, and what a beautiful view it is. We are proud to be locally owned, locally operated. We love our community here in Missoula and also the full Five Valleys that we do service. We give back to the community, we service our community. Our kids go to school here, we live here, we play here, and we love it here.
12-10 ball game, Missouri State's ball, 11 personnel. They come out in 11 personnel, and they're going to run it to start the game to right. Almost a super huge play if he would have kept his feet right here on the what looks to be inside zone type play. makes guys miss. So here's where you could kind of see the deficiencies in the tackling. Just getting their heads down, not keeping their eyes up right here. Little poor tackling right there. But it ends up being a gain of about 15 yards for right on first down. 1st and 10 coming up. Here you go. And they're going to get the under. So with this concept, you're running the under and then you run the in. I think if he would have waited for the in, he would have liked the in a little better, but you're trying to high-low the backer here. The backer ends up carrying the under, so that's exactly what you want to open up the window for the in. He did not end up waiting on it. The under still gets them decent yardage, gets them a first down, but I think he would have liked the tight end a little better there, man. But that's out of 12 personnel, so they were in two tight ends on the line of scrimmage, and it works out for them on the under. Really good job there. Can't so much tell the coverage on the back end. Looks like man coverage on the back end for Montana. Ryder, Meyer covering the tight end here. Krishawn Gordon covering the other tight end down there. Man coverage up here from Trevin Gradney. And then can't see it at the bottom of the screen. Good play from Missouri State, though. Good play from Missouri State to get the first down. Great job. Here you go. 1st and 10 coming up for Missouri State. And they're trying to run the sail concept. It's covered well for Montana. So sail in the sense of meaning they're trying to get tight. It doesn't matter tight. They can run this out of a wide formation as well. But the outside receiver is going to run a take post, taking the overtop coverage out of there. You got a horizontal stretch down here, pulling a linebacker or whoever's covering him out of there, pulling the underneath coverage out of there if there was underneath coverage, holding the underneath coverage so you have a window to throw this. And then you get the sail, which ends up being like a corner. Basically, but it's called a sail concept. And he gets pressure before he's able to get the ball off. Hayden Harris coming in there and making the tackle, making the sack. He gets help from a couple of his brothers as well, but Hayden Harris was the main force on that sack. Pat Hayden coming in there as well. I can't see who this is. Can't see the number on this guy, but really good job. Barnum in there as well on the TFL. On the sack, actually. Really good coverage on the back end from Krishawn Gordon. Really good coverage up here at the top from, I think is that Trevin Gradney? I think there's Trevin Gradney on the coverage up top, but good job from the Montana defense, making the quarterback Clark clutch. He's looking at this front side. He wants one of those guys. It's 12 personnel, so they're keeping both tight ends, so that's the only concept they have. He has nobody else. He could have checked it down. That would have been his best bet. And as soon as he looked at the check down, he ended up taking the sack. Really good job there from Montana. They're bringing pressure. Really good job there from Montana. 2nd and 19 coming up for Missouri State. And they're going to try to hit the hook route from their tight end. Tight end kind of trying to hook up. 11 personnel. Tight end's going to try to hook up over there right behind that linebacker. Really good coverage there from Ronald Jackson to get a hand in there and bat that down. Really, really good job there. Good coverage on the concept. 3rd and 19 coming up. Here is the play that I thought I was looking at earlier. So you got a 3rd and 19. Once again, Montana with a very advantageous situation. They have a chance to get off the field. Zero coverage. They're going to run zero coverage. So this is something that they ran. If you go look at the Furman breakdown, they ran something very like this. All the defensive backs are standing with their feet on the line to gain. Everybody else is blitzing. Go. Everybody go. They're bringing 7, it seems like. 7. So they got a tight end out here. Somebody's probably going to drop with him like he did. Hayden Harris dropped with him. So they end up bringing 6. But looks like they're running a screen, just a double screen concept. So nobody peeled with the running back. So for some reason, whoever had responsibility on the running back did not peel with him. That is a mistake by Montana. Obviously, I'm sure somebody had the running back responsibility. They didn't take it. It ends up being a great call on blitz. Screens are amazing screens are what you want to call when guys are in man coverage blitzing, and it ends up working out well for them. They get their two linemen, their guard and tackle out in front of them. They got a receiver out in front. Block forward, man. Block forward. No, why are you looking back? Go that way. He ends up getting a good block on the safety from Montana. Their linemen end up getting out in front, but Jay Wright's really maneuvering in here, and he gets 27 yards on 3rd and 19, man. That's tough for Montana. You want to get off the field on that play right there, man. You've played good. You had a sack. You got them in an advantageous situation for yourself. And unfortunately for Montana, it ends up being a first down on 3rd and long. And then one play later, guys getting down in here once again, not being very eye disciplined. This guy's probably watching this tight end who's coming down in here. You're covering the tight end in man coverage. Next thing you know, running back's running past you. You see Krishan Gordon's worried about his man too, because he's got eyes on he's supposed to be manning up this guy, but he gets his eyes in the back. He gets a little lost right here. He gets a little lost, stays on his guy, but ends up having his back turned to the ball carrier. And then all number 84 has to do is block his guy following, basically running him off. This is really good. I don't even know if this is RPO. This most likely probably is not. I mean, this could be an RPO. This guy could be actually running a route. But a lot of times, I remember when I was with the Stars, like our coach used to tell us, you don't always have to run a vertical to run guys off. Like, run a route, make it look like a route. They're going to cover it if they're in man coverage. And just like that, it worked out for Missouri State. Krishan Gordon gets his back turned to the ball. Guys get a little undisciplined with their eyes in the backfield. And, it's just a good misdirection run, though. Coming down, cutting back. Maybe he cut back. Maybe it is an inside zone play. And he just cut back because, he had nowhere to go in here. It's really muddy in here. Montana gets good push inside. He bounces it outside. Man coverage for Montana. Guys don't have their eyes on the ball. Once they do have their eyes on the ball, Missouri State defenders have good position. If anybody was going to make the play, it would have been Ryder. He ends up not being able to bring him down. Touchdown for Missouri State, making it a 17-12 ball game. Once again, Montana with a chance to get off the field, with a chance to capitalize in a 3rd and 19. They don't, and you see the result. Touchdown, next play. 12 minutes to go in the quarter. Definitely looked like this Missouri State defender was early. He was early. If you watch it right here, this guy is early. He's early. That's early, man. The ball's not snapped. He's already about to make contact with Montana. It was not called. It was not called, man. I don't know what we're looking at out here with the refs, but dang, man, this is missed, man. The heck? Either way, wasn't called. Montana's gonna hand it off to Eli Gilman, who's gonna get decent yardage on first down. Gets about 3 yards on first down. Decent play right there. 2nd and 7 for Montana. Ayat's going to try to scramble. And, man, this is where the game, Ace Sourwine mentioned to me right here, mentioned on the post-game show on the radio that this is where the game could have got away from Montana. It really, really could have got away from Montana right here. So close at, man, it was almost a terrible play for Montana. Almost an absolutely terrible play for Montana. If you watch here, the guy right here, the linebacker, is going to fix his helmet. The ball falls out. He fixes his helmet. Look, he's fixing his helmet. Go get the ball, man. If he might not have fixed his helmet, we might be talking about a different game here today. We might be talking about a different game. He does try to fix his helmet. He doesn't get on top of the ball, and it ends up being recovered by Ayat. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 25, though. So they're just going to run it to Eli Gilman, and he gets tackled for a gain of maybe a yard or two. I think it's a gain of like 2 yards. Either way, they're going to punt it away. Missouri State's got the ball back, and, the game could have got out of hand for Montana. Even though they did recover that fumble, they still got the ball back with a chance to make it a 2-score game and kind of put it out of reach for Montana. But, Montana's defense is gonna stand up. So you got the deep over coming across, post coming across down here. He's gonna try to the deep over. It kind of cuts out, but it was really good coverage from Ronald Jackson. Really, really good coverage. This is something that Montana has run a ton. They've actually run it in this game, and unfortunately for them, they didn't complete it. Really, really good job right there from Ronald Jackson. 2nd down coming up. Handed off on the on what seems to be an outside zone play. Outside zone, they're pulling a couple of guys across for what seems to me like a misdirection. Might be even be a split zone. You got this is what Montana State ran this last week, and I called it like a counter. It looked a little bit different in the backfield, but it looks like outside zone to me. Outside zone with the tight end coming across on a BAM, the jet sweep fake, not even a fake, but just the jet sweep from the slot receiver coming across as well. really trying to make some eye candy, make the linebackers and safeties look at something else. Whole time you're going back to the left. They get it off to Jay Wright, and he gets about 7 yards on first down. They're going to give him 7 on first down. Second down. 3rd and 3 coming up for Missouri State. And quarterback's going to scramble, and he's short of the line of game. Really good. This ended up being a really, really good stop for Montana. If that quarterback, selling out, making sure he doesn't get that first down. Really, really good job from Montana to make sure this guy doesn't come up with the first down. This Missouri State defender almost came up with a block in the back, but playing real smart right there. Good hustle from Montana to get him down. Not so sure what the coverage is on the back end. Can't really see it. Kind of looks like a cloud over here. Definitely is a cloud down here for Montana. But they've only got a tight end down here, so they really bracketed him. Can't see what it is on the front side. But they're going to go for it on 4th down, and they're going to end up false starting. So right here is where they got him with the false start. Definitely a flinch. They called it. Definitely. I mean, I don't know. He might have just been trying to adjust, but, they got guys moving, so, they got to call that, man. They got to call it. It's just like if he would have moved slower, it's really the jolt of movement that gets him. But they ended up calling it, and they're going to end up punting it away. 4th and 7, punting it away. A mistake by Missouri State. And that's one thing that you notice. You look at the penalty yardage for Missouri State and Montana. Missouri State had 13 penalties for 112 yards. Montana had 4 penalties for 49 yards. 112 penalty yardage is absolutely crazy. Total yards, you had 356 for Missouri State, and you had 347 for Montana. So, honestly, Montana led the game in the passing yardage department. Missouri State led in the total yardage department, but Montana was able to come away with the win. Here you go, 1st and 10 for Montana. They're going to hand it off to Osmo. Film freezes a little bit here, but they're going to get about a yard or 2 on first down. Nothing crazy right there. So you do have Fife in the game now. So this is when Fife got his first action. Ayat got the first drive of the second half for Montana. They ended up, somebody on social media said that they benched him. But if you listen to Coach Houck in his post-game presser, he had always planned to play both of them. He mentioned before the game that he was going to play both of them. I think part of it was that Ayat wasn't doing super bad, but also, I don't know. It just worked out how it worked out. I don't think Ayat got benched. I just think that's how it was supposed to go. Ayat was going to start. Fife was going to come in second, and he ended up finishing the game for him. They're going to try to run this screen here. 90 just ends up being in the right place at the right time. He ends up seeing the screen late and then ends up running right into Aaron Fonts. So really good for him. Aaron doesn't really have anywhere to go. Mr. Fonts doesn't really have anywhere to go. And it's going to be a gain of no yardage. So 3rd and 9 coming up for Montana. What are they going to do? What do they draw up? They get the corner route down here from really the spot concept, but they don't have a horizontal stretch. So you're just running a spot from Aaron Fonts, and then the corner route down here. Well, actually, I think there's another receiver down here because this is 11 personnel, so there must have been another receiver down here. I can't really see it, but this is most likely your sail concept, once again, that I talk about all the time. So you got your take route from your number 1 receiver down here. Your number 2 receivers running a spot right here, finding the hole in the zone, and then Xavier Harris being your number 3 receiver running the sail concept. Good ball from Fife on 3rd and 9, layering it in there, getting it over that nickel back, and Xavier Harris is going to get the first down. Really, really good job there. 1st and 10 coming up. Zone read. So I don't know if he could hand it, pull it. He ends up pulling it, reading that end man on the line of scrimmage. And he has Osmo out in the flats in front of him. He doesn't like it. You get, once again, another deep out from your receiver. So this is more like a naked boot from your line, because the line doesn't seem like they're trying to get down the line of scrimmage. So this is more like a naked boot with your running back on a ghost flat, ghost arrow, ghost flat, whatever you want to call it. I'll call it a ghost flat because he's acting like he's going to block that in man on the line of scrimmage. Goes on the flat. You got the flood concept from your number 2 receiver, who ends up being Xavier Harris. You got the over from Keelan White, and then you got the outside more fade from Aaron Fonts. Nobody's open. It's covered pretty well from Missouri State, and Fife is going to lower his shoulder and get upfield for 5 or 6 yards. Really good job there. I like the toughness lowering the shoulder. Here you go, hitch route. Oh yeah, they ended up getting an unsportsmanlike conduct. So watch right here. Xavier Harris is getting absolutely driven out of bounds. I don't know if he must have ended up retaliating. I think he ended up retaliating. This is, I mean, man, I guess it's well within the play. The play's over now. He's driving him out of bounds. That's a bit much for me, man. I mean, I might sound soft, but like he's doing too much, man. Like, come on, bro. Stop it. Either way, I think Xavier Harris ended up retaliating there, and it's gonna end up being man, and that's what you can't have, man. Say what you want. That is not. You can't have that, man. You can't have penalties like that. I know it sucks that he's driving you into the sidelines. I know it sucks that, like, it's BS, man. It's BS what he's doing. But penalties like that hurt teams. Penalties like that hurt drives. They kill drives. You're about to be in a second and 4. You're about to be in a 2nd and 4, and it ends up being like a 2nd and I think I skipped the 2nd down play, but now you got 3rd down. But you end up being in like a 3rd and long, a 3rd and. What does this look like? This looks like a 3rd and 20, man. Like 10, 5. Yeah, this is like a 3rd and 19, 3rd and 20, man. So not great. I know he did the most. That defensive back did the most, but you got to be able to control. You got to think about the team. Aaron's going to get decent yardage on 3rd down. Aaron Fonts is going to get decent yardage on 3rd down, but they're still going to end up punting it. 2nd and 9 coming up for Missouri State. They're going to run a mesh concept inside here, and the quarterback stays with it, man. Stays with it, gets a little pressure from Pat Hayden. Almost coming up with the sack down here from, man, I can't see this number. I think this is either Cash Mitter or Hank Noose. I can't tell. Can't see the number. Either way, almost gets there. Krishawn Gordon almost comes up with the play too. Very close. He gets it off the wood though. Clark gets it off the wood, and he's going to get the 1st down on 2nd and 9. Really good play from Clark to stay with it. Really, really good play from him to stay with it. Great job there. Great job. 1st down from Missouri State. Here you go. 1st and 10 coming up. Handing it off to the running back, Jay Wright. He's going to get about 2 yards on 1st down. 2nd and 8 coming up. Looks like a cover 3 down here. And running a deep out to their outside receiver down here. Krishawn Gordon playing that curl flat zone. Playing this curl flat up here. Definitely a cover 3 with locking up the single side receiver. 1 high from this safety. TJ Roush coming down playing this curl flat down here. Krishawn Gordon playing this curl flat. 2 hooks on the inside. 3 over top. 4 underneath. And they run the deep out. It's just they're not able to hook up on it on 2nd and 8. 3rd and 8 coming up for Missouri State. Can Montana get off the field? They can. They come up with the sack, man. Really good job there for Montana. They're only rushing 4. They're playing coverage over the top. Looks like they're in a quarters coverage down here. Quarters coverage back here. Quarters. And then he starts low, but he ends up bailing out of there on the quarters as well. And nobody's really open for Missouri State. And before he's even able to see if anybody else is open, the pressure gets there for Montana. Really good job. Everybody combining for that sack there. Hayden Harris coming in there to get a piece of it. The end man down here getting a piece of him as well. I think that was number 45. Can't remember his name. I think it's I don't want to get his name wrong. Number 45 from Montana gets in there. Hayden Harris gets in there. Pat Hayden ends up getting a piece of it as well. Everybody gets in on the party. All 4 guys on the line of scrimmage. Noose gets in there as well. Everybody getting in the party. 1st and 10 for Montana. Missouri State ended up punting it away. I believe Drew Deck had a pretty dang good punt return here, and I think there actually was a penalty, illegal formation tacked on the end of that one as well. So you got 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for Montana. They're handing it off to Eli Gilman, who's immediately met in the backfield by a linebacker. He spins off of that. He makes another guy miss and ends up the safety number 4 ends up coming in there. He gains about 3 yards. 2nd and 7 coming up for Montana. 2nd and 7 coming up. They're going to hand it off to Gilman once again, who's very patient, able to make it work for him. Good block from Eric Barker right here on this end. Really good block right there to hook up with him. Stay in tight. Good block right here from your right tackle. Getting up to that second level on that backer, pushing him out of there. Really, really good block there. Great job. Great freaking job from your first team all conference right tackle. Great job from Mr. Casey right there. Pushing him out of there. You got your receiver Racanelli getting up to the second level, and Gilman gets right there for the first down. 1st and 10 coming up for Montana. Handing it off once again to Gilman, who is getting about 3 yards on first down. Nothing crazy there.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road. Pump it up. Oh, yeah.
Here you go. 2nd and 7 coming up. 2nd and 7 coming up. Play action. Trying to hit the post to Keelan White. So they're running the over to Racanelli. That's gonna hold that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they're telling them to play it. Kind of seems like quarters coverage back here. They're playing low because they're out of the bunch set. But you got this guy just manning up, Keelan White. Quarters, and this guy's low, but he's gonna end up getting a quarter of the field as well. And Keelan White gets a step on the post, but they're not able to hook up with it. I definitely think, you can say this is uncatchable, but the PI made it uncatchable. This to me is a pass interference. I'm not trying to be biased or anything. This is a pass interference. He grabs his arms as the ball is coming in before the ball is there. That is like your textbook pass interference call, man. The ref did not call it. Both refs standing right here looking at that. Neither of them pulled their flag to call it. I think this is a missed call right here. I 100% think this is a missed call. I think you have to call this a pass interference right here. I don't think you can let that slide like that. That is textbook pass interference. I don't think it's a terrible ball from Fife. It's right there within step of Keelan White. I think had not the PI happened, I think White might come down with this catch, man. It's right there. I mean, this is an easy over-the-shoulder catch right there. That's not uncatchable. The receiver tried to say it's somebody tried to say it was uncatchable. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you can call that pass interference. You see, he's looking for the penalty too. He's looking for the penalty because he knows. Like, I don't know, man. That seems like pass interference to me. Somebody, if you know different than me, let me know in the comments. But looks like a pass interference. Looks like an easy pass interference. He was early. The ball was not there yet. He grabbed his arms, impeding Keelan White from being able to make a play on the ball. I do like the fact that Keelan White didn't really, complain. He threw his arm up a little bit right there while he was falling on the ground. But maybe that's just his arms failing. But, didn't complain, man. Just hustle back. It is what it is. They're going to miss calls. They're human too. Guess I was wrong about Stevie Rucker. Stevie Rucker's in the game here again out of, 21 personnel? Because this is the tight end. So 21 personnel, 2 backs, 1 tight end, 2 receivers. And it's going to run a read option with your running back being a lead blocker. Fife gets very close to first down yardage. He's going to be short of the line to gain, just a yard short. Montana's going to end up going, no. I think they actually ended up giving him, they might have, I don't know. I think he was short of the line to gain. Yeah, they go fast. So I have some thoughts about that next play. But short of the line to gain on 3rd and 7. End up being a 4th and 1. Montana goes fast. You're looking for numbers, man. You're looking for numbers. You got 2 on 1. Everybody else is in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are within, basically in the box. 10 guys basically in the box. And, that's an easy decision to make for Fife. Flip it out there. Do not take a chance and try to run it on the 4th and 1. Granted, you probably could have got it on the run play as well. You look like you're getting good push up front from the offensive line. But zip it out there to your receiver, Xavier Harris. My thing also is go block up field. No need to block 2 on 1. He's got that. Racanelli's got that block. You get upfield, block somebody else. Xavier makes the guy who probably would have been blocked by Keelan White, makes him miss. Good move from Xavier Harris, and then it's off to the races. Really good hustle from number 0 to try to get there. Really good hustle from Osmo to try to make a block on it. Xavier Harris ends up falling on the pylon for the touchdown. Really, really good play right there. When you run things like this on 4th and short, you're just looking for numbers. Anytime you run something like this, you're looking for numbers. These are good numbers for Montana. Nobody adjusted to it. They were obviously trying to stop the run. Montana went really fast. You see there's still 22 seconds left on the play clock, so they went really, really fast. And, they got to it and got to the end zone, man. So Montana's defense steps up, gets a couple of stops. Montana steps up and gets some points on the board, making it a 19-17 ball game. So every time Missouri State put them down, I do appreciate the fact that Montana was able to answer. Man. Every time. They're going to run it once again on an inside zone play. Their running back's going to bounce it. This time, Montana is very disciplined, holding their lanes, not getting mesmerized with what's going on in the backfield. And Ryan Tiro gets the tackle for no gain. They might have given him a yard there, but, end of the third quarter. Fourth quarter begins. 15 minutes to go. It's a 2-point ball game. Missouri State's got the ball on 2nd and 15. And what are they going to do? I think they ended up false starting to start the fourth quarter. So it ends up being a 2nd and 15 to start. And, they're going to throw the swing route out here to their running back. Honestly, trying to throw the screen on the swing route. They let the defensive line go. The defensive line sees something up. What's going on? Why did they just not block us? Why are we free? Something is going on. Good recognition here from the Montana defensive line. Hayden Harris, Henry Noose, getting in there, getting in the tackle. Really, really good job there. I don't think that was Henry Noose. I can't see the number. Number 55, that's Anders Learman. So Learman and Anders and Hayden Harris getting in on the tackle. Really, really good job there. 3rd and 16 coming up for Missouri State. Can Montana get off the field? This has been something that they've struggled with, and they can't, man. Really good play from Missouri State. When the play breaks down, zone in the zone, they're just not able to get off the field, man. So they're going to run this pivot concept once again, but they're running it at a 3-by-1. So you got the in route from the number 1 receiver, the pivot route from number 2, and the seam route from number 3. On the pivot, on the in route, number 84 is just going to keep running across the field. Obviously, as you can see, I think this looks like a Tampa 2. This might even be a cover 6. I want to call it a Tampa 2, but, these looks like they're playing quarters. He's definitely playing a flat. He's definitely playing a half field. But then you got this deep mid zone, which gives it the Tampa 2 look. Either way, I think that seam is going to carry him out of there. So then you got the in route coming across. T-Rail starts reacting to the scramble of the quarterback to not let him scramble. And as number 84 is coming across the field on the end, he keeps working across the field. Clark finds him. Easy reception for the first down. Really, really good job there from Missouri State. Unfortunate for Montana, but really good job there from Montana State. Here you go, handing it off to Wright on the run, and he's getting decent yardage on first down to get out there for about 7 yards on first down. Second and 3 coming up. Looks like an RPO, zipping it out there to the receiver on the out, and they get about 7 to 8 yards on second down. 1st and 10 coming up. 1st and 10 coming up from Missouri State. He hands it off to Wright, who gets about 2 yards on first down. Nothing crazy. 2nd and 8. Little misdirection. Guys not on the same page right here. And Clark is going to try to get the ball out of his hands. He's got a receiver in the area, so it ends up not being grounding, but I don't know. He might have been out of the tackle. He might have been out. Yeah, he was outside of it anyway, so couldn't be grounded. Just throwing the ball away, getting the past line of scrimmage. 3rd and 8 coming up from Montana. Can they get off the field? We've seen it over and over on this breakdown. Have they been able to get off the field on 3rd down? They need to get off the field on 3rd down. They're going to bring pressure. Blitzing with, I can't even see who this is. Can't even see the number. Either way, Clark's going to try to scramble. He's unable to get there. Who was that, though? Man, it's so hard to see these numbers in these black jerseys. Is that Cajo? Via Cajo? I can't see, man. So, you got your 3D linemen. You got your 3 linebackers. And then you got your 5 defensive back. Yeah, I think this is Cajo right here coming in. With the pressure on the outside. And Clark's going to try to scramble. He's not going to get there. They're going to end up going for it on 4th down. I thought this was a gamble for Missouri State. Honestly, I don't think they needed to go for this. I think they should have punted this one away. I think this was a mistake by Missouri State to go for it right here. Montana's going to choose to play coverage. You get sort of like a cover 3. Might even be a quarters. This safety over here obviously has no responsibility right here. But you got man coverage on the back end because it's just one-on-one with the single side receiver. You got your 3 receivers on the front side. They're in 10 personnel. Running back stays in. Nobody's on him. You're really only rushing 4. You run a little stunt on the inside, but really good play from Trevor Gradney. Really, really good play. I think it was not a bad ball from Clark. He puts it where his guy can make a play on it, but Trevor Gradney comes in and makes a really, really good play. Great job from Trevor Gradney, first team all-conference player from 2023. On 4th and 7. Really good job there. So with the TV copy, I don't know what happened. The broadcast must have messed up or something, but I really wanted to see the play too. I'm kind of disappointed because I wanted to see the play. But they completed a post to Aaron Fonts that really got them down here. They really drove down the field really fast for Montana. Really when they needed to make something happen. It's a 19-17 ball game right now. I don't so much. I can't see the clock. I can't remember how much time. So about 10 minutes to go, probably a little under 10 minutes to go in the quarter. They try to go back to back with it, and they end up calling a pass interference. I don't know if this is a pass interference. You know, the ball was not catchable at all. The ref ends up calling it, which is funny because when the ball was catchable for Keelan White earlier in the game, they didn't call it. But when this one I would deem uncatchable, you call pass interference like that. That's not a pass interference, man. It's just, Fife had pressure in his face. He's not able to put a good ball on there. But also, Aaron's not open. Aaron Fonts is not open here on this play. He tried to gamble. It's an RPO. Aaron's going to take it deep on the RPO. And, it's just not there. It's not there. The ref ends up calling it. Good for Montana that he called it. I know Montana's not complaining about they threw the flag, but, I think they got this call wrong. I don't think this is pass interference. I think it's an uncatchable ball. I think they should have threw the PI earlier on the post to Keelan White. But, it is what it is. They're going to run it inside to Nick Osmo. And he's going to get decent yards on 1st down. Missouri State ended up getting a substitution error. I don't know if you see it. These guys were running on late, so they got like a substitution error or something. And it's going to end up giving Montana a fresh set of downs on automatic 1st down, I think. So first play, they're in the T formation. They're going to hand it off to Gilman, who gets in the end zone for the touchdown. Really, really good job there from Gilman to get in for the end zone for the touchdown, making it a 2-score game. So they got a 9-point lead now on Missouri State, 26-17. They just need like another stop and maybe 3 more points on the board, and they can really shut this thing out. Really good run there on the jet sweep to number 5, who had a lot of juice. Really good blocks from Missouri State. Montana's trying to pursue. Running back gets in there. Making a good block out ahead, and they get great yardage on 1st down. Maybe could have been a block in the back right there, but he didn't fall on his face, so they ended up not calling it. Good job there on 1st down for Missouri State. 1st and 10 coming up for Missouri State. Clark is going to drop back, and he's going to hit his receiver on the out route. Really good job there on the flyby. You can tell he did a flyby. Got the safety who's on top of him, throw him by, get back, be quarterback friendly. Really good job there. Really good job there from Missouri State receiver Wood on that route. Great play. Great play right there. Great play right there. Montana's bringing pressure as they do. Man coverage on the back end. Everything else, one high safety. And Wood makes the catch, man. Really, really good job. On 1st and 10. Here you go. Little split zone from Missouri State. And it ends up being a really, really good run from Jay Wright. He's making guys miss on the split zone play. It doesn't 100% look how you want it to look. Really good right here from the Montana defensive, from the Montana end. Not giving up any ground, putting that tackle or that guard in the face of the running back. Good play from Jay Wright to make things happen, making a guy miss. This is where you see some of the missed tackles, like not breaking down, just kind of running out there, thinking that he's going to keep running to the sidelines. Jay Wright makes a miss, gets vertical, throws him by, gets vertical, and honestly drives forward for even more yardage after making contact with Montana defenders. Jay Wright, I'm telling you, Jay Wright was a very good player. He had a lot of juice. He's a good player for them. He's a good player for them. Here you go, Missouri State play action. And man, just an incomplete pass on the deep over for number 0. You got to come down with that. You got to come down with that reception, man. You got to come down with that reception. You got to come down with that. Just an unfortunate turn of events for them. This, I mean, you know, it's unfortunate right now, but just an easy drop. Good ball from Clark to layer it over there, get it right into the receiver's hands. Just probably thinking about the hit he was going to take or something, but did not come down with the pass. I think Trevor Gradney just ended up getting the wind knocked out of him. You know, he made that hit, and then, you know, usually that's what it looks like when you get the wind knocked out of you. 2nd and 10 coming up from Missouri State. They're going to try to throw the fade out here. Good being in phase from Ronald Jackson. In phase. Quarterback tries to put the ball in there, but, you know, receiver's not open. And Ronald Jackson Jr. didn't even know it, but he ends up getting the pass breakup. Good job right there. Believe there was a penalty because they got a 1st and 10 now after a 2nd and 10. I believe something happened. They ended up getting a penalty. But on 1st and 10, you're going to get the ball off to your running back, and Pat Hayden swims that center who doesn't seem very occupied with him, but Pat Hayden gets in the backfield easily and comes up with the tackle for loss. Really, really good job there from Pat Hayden. 2nd and 12 coming up from Missouri State. And oh my gosh, Cajo coming through, putting that guard on his butt. Really, really good job there, creating some pressure, and the ball's going to get dirted after, you know, is that Learman? No. I think that's Hank Noose. I can't tell. I think that's Hayden Harris on the other side. But they all meet at the quarterback, 1 up the middle, 2 on the outside, and he's not able to get the ball off. Really, really good job there from Montana. So 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12. Is Montana going to be able to get off the field? Another 3rd and long. Can they get off the field? Once again, so I didn't think the tackling was terrible. From Montana, but there's points in the game where it's just like you didn't see missed tackles like this from Montana last year, and this is one of them. You got Ryder Meyer, he's got him dead to rights. You just got to bring him down. You got to get him on the ground, man. You got to make that play. Unfortunately, they don't, and unfortunately for Montana, Jay Wright's going to end up getting the 1st down. I thought his foot was out of bounds, like right there, but I can't see the line to gain marker, but they end up reviewing it and ended up giving him the 1st down. Initially, they had him short of the line to gain. They reviewed it, and despite his foot being out right there, I don't know where the line to gain is, so I don't know definitively how to say where. Let's see if we can see where the line is. The line to gain is on that red line. The line to gain is on that red line, just about on the 8-yard line. So let's see where he's at, where the ball is at when his foot is out. Foot's out right there. Can't see where his arm is, but I don't think his arms are that long. I think they had it right the first time. I don't think they should have overturned it and given them the 1st down because his foot's out right there. You know, the ball is short right there of the line. I mean, I don't know, man. They made the decision. It is what it is. They gave him the 1st down. So they get a 1st and goal coming up. And a false start. Now they got, wait, was it a false start or they call a, I think they called a false start. So now you got a 2nd and goal. They ran it on 1st and goal, got decent yardage. 2nd and goal coming up, and they're going to run the reverse, man. And, you know, just got Montana undisciplined with their eyes here and going to hand it off to the running back. Honestly, they got him, though. They got him once again. They're there. Just got to make a play, man. Just got to make a tackle. Really good job there from this receiver of Missouri State. Really good move here. Put the brakes on, get vertical, and get in the end zone. Really good play there. Would love for Montana to have made this tackle right here. Like, use the sidelines, man. Like, you don't have to overrun it. You got the sidelines working with you. The sidelines has never missed a tackle ever. Even though I would argue that they missed a tackle over the sidelines, missed his 1st tackle ever on that when Jay Wright had his foot out of bounds and they gave him the 1st down. Either way, Sidelines has never missed a tackle in its life. Never. Just use the sidelines. Let it help you make this tackle. He's already, all his momentum, just play inside out. You got to play inside out. I know they coach that. Inside out, inside out, inside out. Overran it a little bit. Good move from the receiver. He gets vertical and gets in the end zone. Really, really good job. That's the one thing I will give Missouri State. They had some playmakers, man. Like, not the one thing I will give them. They played a great game. I think that team is better than a lot of people thought they would be. Obviously, they have a lot of returning starters, so I think they should be good. But, man, like, they had some playmakers, some guys, number 5, number 9. Their quarterback wasn't terrible. I don't think he was – their quarterback completed 58% of his passes. So you look at that right there. I don't think that says he's a great player, but obviously Montana's defense does that to a lot of quarterbacks. So he might be a really good player. He might end up having a great season. His stats didn't 100% show that this time, but they had some playmakers on this Missouri State squad, some bona fide playmakers. Montana's run game is going to start eating. 2nd and 7, they hand it off to Eli Gilman on the inside zone play, and he's driving forward for first down yardage on 2nd and 7. They gave him the first down right there. A couple plays later, you got a 1st and 10. Gonna hand it off to him once again. 3 minutes to go in the quarter, in the game, and Eli Gilman's lowering the shoulder on 1st and 10, getting really good yardage on 1st and 10. Next play, you got a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3 coming up. Eli Gilman's, they're running inside zone once again on 2nd and 3. Eli Gilman's going to bounce it out and get great yardage. Good block downfield from your receiver, Aaron Fonts. But, really good play there from Eli Gilman. Really, really good play there from Eli Gilman on first down. On second down, on 2nd and 3. Getting great yardage, getting them down to the 20. 1st and 10 play once again. TFL, but unfortunately for Montana, they got Keelan White with a false start. They got him with a false start, man. And this was almost the killer of the game, man. Like, you can't have it. Keelan White knows that. And this is one thing that I was talking to Coach Houck about after the game, is he was mentioning that, like a couple of years ago in 2018, 2019, maybe even 2021, maybe not 2021, but maybe even 2021, Montana doesn't come down with a win like this. When it's ugly, when you're not playing your best, when your defense is not able to get a stop so much at times. They're giving up 3rd and longs. Like, this might be a game that Montana would have lost a couple of years ago, but with their ability to be able to run the clock out, with their ability to be able to force Missouri State to use all of their timeouts, despite the false start. So now you got a 1st and 15. They're going to hand it off to Gilman. He gets TFL'd, tackled for loss. So now you're coming up with a 2nd and 16. They're going to try to pitch it out to Gilman. This linebacker makes a hell of a play, hustling across, beating all those blockers there. The tackle's not able to get, or the guard or tackle. Tackle's not able to get on him. He's too far ahead. He runs right behind him and tackles Eli Gilman after a gain of about 2 yards. Then they're going to run a read, jet sweep. Xavier Harris coming across. They're going to hand it off, or Fife's going to keep it, and he's going to gain maybe 3 yards. Montana ends up taking the 3, making it a 29-24 ball game. And this is where the Montana defensive line comes to life. So you got 3 guys on one side of the line of scrimmage, 1 guy on one side of the line of scrimmage. What my mind immediately goes to is there must be a stunt coming. There wasn't a stunt coming. That linebacker was just going to drop out, and they get it to the receiver. That was the only reception they made on this end of the game drive. 2nd and 5 coming up for Missouri State, dropping back. They're running a stunt now with Hayden Harris. Take Pat Hayden, go straight up the field. Harris come back underneath, and they get him. The guard carries with Pat Hayden. Hayden Harris comes back underneath. The tackle's not able to get on him. Hayden Harris gets the sack, the solo sack. Really, really good job there from Hayden Harris. Great play from Hayden Harris. Hayden Harris had a hell of a game, man. 2.5 sacks, 3 tackles for loss. I don't know how many tackles he had, but man had a great game. Man played a great game. 3rd and 12 coming up for Missouri State. Quarterback's looking around for somebody. Looks like they're running 4 verts. His receiver pulls up before he's even past the 2nd level. I think he just wanted him to give him the ball now. Quarterback didn't feel comfortable giving him the ball. Once he tries to scramble, he runs into Mr. Learman. I think that was Andres Learman right there who he ran into, if I'm not mistaken. bringing up a 4th and 15. And 4th and 15, looking for his guys downfield. Looks like they're running that pivot concept that they've ran so much out of 2x2, ran it out of 3x1, seam, pivot, in route from number 1. Nobody's open. He doesn't really like it. And before he knows it, the linebacker meets him and brings him down to end the game. Who's that to end the game? Can't even tell. Is that Cajo? I think that's Cajo, Vi Cajo, on the tackle to end the game. It's so hard to see the numbers sometimes with these black jerseys. You get Vi Cajo on the sack to end the game, and Montana's going to win at 29-24. So, I tried to highlight some of the third down deficiencies that they faced, some of the second and long deficiencies that they faced. There was a few tackling struggles in there. Montana's defense came through in the end with three straight sacks on the quarterback, so it's good from that standpoint. The offense was able to move the ball. They hurt themselves at times with penalties. I'm kind of struggling to figure out, where the offense was struggling at. They weren't able to hit some deep shots. Some drops hurt them in there. That missed PAT could have loomed really big later in the game. It did not. But all in all, they were able to come down with the win. I know Montana's happy about that. They are going to have to play cleaner next week if they would like to beat North Dakota. I'm not so much sure who Missouri State has next week. Let's check out who Missouri State has next week. They have Ball State next week, so they're playing a MAC FBS opponent. We'll see what they're able to do. But Montana came down with the dub. They are 1-0 now. They have a tough outing in Grand Forks, North Dakota next week against a playoff team from 2023. So we'll see what they're able to do. That North Dakota squad ended up losing to Sac State in the playoffs. But it's a new year. It's a new day. And it's going to be exciting to see what they do. So hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys leave me a comment down below what you guys thought about this game. What are your overall thoughts from this game? I tried to give you guys my overall thoughts of the game. Make sure you guys go look at my Tuesday long form video to where I'm talking about the Big Sky, breaking down what I saw from the Big Sky in week 1. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. I will catch you guys next time. See ya.